Hello YouTube, Jay here, and welcome back to the Glove Room. Before we get started with the first glove review, I just want to say a big, huge thank you to everybody for the overwhelmingly positive support for this channel. Even in the last 24 hours, you guys have been just pouring in the positive support with likes and subscriptions and hitting me up on Instagram. So thank you so very much. It means the world to me. I'm glad that you guys are interested in some of the content that's coming out of this basement. I was really scared that nobody was going to watch, nobody was going to subscribe, but you know, I can die happy. So speaking of Instagram, I was talking to my boy Elon Berman yesterday. You can get him at EB Gloves, and I asked him, you know, what should I do first? And people are looking for this content, and I'm not really sure where to start. He's like, you know what you got to do? You got to do the A3000. And I said, no, I don't want to do that glove first. And he said, no, man, it's perfect. Just think about it. And so I thought about it for a little while after, you know, cussing out poor Elon and saying, I said to myself, yeah, that actually does make sense. So I should probably apologize. So sorry, Berman, man. I didn't mean to get upset with you. I didn't really, but I could have. So that's the first glove that I'm going to talk about today. It's going to be the A3000 EXO from the late 2000s. It's a 12.5 inch. The model is 1955. And it was the former game day model of the one and only Barry Bonds. This one comes without steroids, but it does come with an exoskeleton-like technology inside of the fingers. So it keeps that pre-curved finger design, and you can see how they're a little bit curved just right there. What's great about this glove is that it's going to maintain its pocket shape and stability over time, so it's going to be incredibly durable. Like this doesn't even look right. This is going to end up going back to that pre-curved finger design. So it's definitely going to maintain its stability in the pocket. It's got an incredibly rigid thumb and an incredibly rigid pinky. It's got that Drylex liner for the wrist, and I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. You guys can't see it. And don't be fooled. This isn't necessarily pro issue stamping. A lot of the A3000 EXOs look like that in terms of they only started doing the actual size on the thumb, I believe in like 2010, but if you guys have ones before that say that it's 12.5 inches, you know, let me know. I'm wrong all the time. Probably wrong about everything that I'm saying right now. But what's really cool about the A3000 EXOs is that they're all made of kip leather. And you know what else is made of kip leather? Your A2K. So what happened to these things? Well, in 2005, Wilson put out a kip leather series in the A2000 model. So one of the ones that I recently picked up on eBay was a K97, K standing for kip, obviously. And that is a 12.5 inch, really rich mahogany color in a 12.5 inch full trap. So once that shows up, I'll definitely do a review on that one because it's a perfect segue into where these things came from. When the A3000 came out, this was the top of the line glove that Wilson made. A lot of top name pros from that era had them, guys like Barry Bonds, but also guys like Kerry Wood. If you guys don't know who Kerry Wood is, just look up Chicago Cubs, Kerry Wood. There'll probably be some choice words after that, but keep your search to just that. He had the K34, which was a black and orange A3000 in a 12 inch with a basket web. And that was a pretty sweet glove. He actually, just like Barry Bonds, they didn't just use the A3000. They had different A2000s and A2Ks throughout their careers. Actually, Barry Bonds didn't have an A2K because it showed up on the scenes after he had retired. But what was really cool about these particular gloves, again, is not only did they maintain their shape, but it was that leather type. So you don't see a lot of these around anymore, and they kind of vary in terms of price because if you wanted to pick one of these up, you might be able to pick one up for about like 160 bucks. But some of them, some other people, even new without tags, will probably charge about like 300 because they'll say how rare it is. So, you know, not something like this. If I were to sell this one, it would probably be around like 150. Actually, I think I posted it for less than that, like 130. So if I'm giving you guys a good deal, you know, advantage you. I don't mind one bit. But when the A3000 was in direct competition with the A2K, they were like, well, do we need a futuristic glove? Because we're already in the future with the A2K, so we don't really need these anymore. Which is a shame because these were really the bee's knees, as they say, back in the late 2000s. So I'm incredibly happy to own one. I think that I posted on Instagram how happy I was, and it's got a great shape to it. And this is what is so much fun about collecting, is that you can learn about gloves as you collect them. You can learn about them before you buy them. That would be pretty nice too. But that's what I really like best about a lot of these gloves. Every single one of them that I own, and every single one that you own, believe it or not, tells a very specific story. And so get to know the stories that your gloves tell you. You know, the imperfections about our gloves are actually what make our gloves perfect. Not manufacturer's imperfections, though. That actually makes your glove a blem. So you should probably send that back to Wilson or Rawlings or whoever gave you one of those. So, you know, anyway, I could go on and on about the uniqueness of a lot of these gloves. But again, here's the first one, Wilson A3000 EXO, 1955 and a 12.5 inch. So more to come, and can't wait for the next one. Stay grassy.